Hey everyone, this is Neha Gupta, founder of College Shortcuts and Elite Private Tutors. I am so excited to have you here today at my beautiful office to talk to you a little bit about the Stanford acceptance rates, because I know so many students are trying to apply to Stanford and they're so curious about what it takes to get in. Well, the first thing I want to talk about is the acceptance rate itself. Stanford's acceptance rate is less than 5%. And I know that sounds crazy, and yes it is. It's one of the first ever in the United States of colleges that has the lowest acceptance rate out of all colleges that you know of. So that is something to be mindful of. But the next thing I want to talk about is, and I know I crossed it out, it's because I wrote the wrong number and then I corrected it, so I'll go over the point. When I'm talking about that from a mathematical standpoint, technically 44,000 people applied in the last year and 2,100 were accepted. So out of 44,000 applications that admissions team is reading, only 2,100 got in. And for me, as a top college consultant helping students around the world get into colleges in America, I really want to make sure that students are realistic about what schools they're applying to, so they know, this is a lot more of a reach school for anybody that's applying. The next thing I want you to know is 75% of the last year's freshman class had a perfect GPA of 4.0. And 95% of the Stanford freshman class was in the top 10%. So if you're looking at Stanford as a choice, you've got to make sure academically that your child is going to succeed at Stanford, because let's face it, do you want to be, having your kid go to a college where academically they're totally struggling? Someone who runs one of the top tutoring agencies, Elite Private Tutors, I will tell parents, look, if your kid can't handle the schoolwork and you're having a tutor come 2 or 3 hours every single night, this may not be the right fit for your child from a school standpoint. So like I said, 75% and 95%, you've got to look at these percentiles and make sense of it. Let's talk about from test scores, all right? I know everyone hates test scores, but I've got to talk about it because the ACT and SAT are still the entrance exam into any college. So here you can see 90% of the students that attend Stanford, of their 9th grade class, of their freshman class, made between a 30 and 36 on the ACT. Now, as you guys know, if you're subscribed to my Facebook, make sure you subscribe, like our Facebook page. I put a lot of great videos out there. I talked about on the ACT video that technically the ACT national average is 20, but as you can see, Stanford is a premier, elite, prestigious school. 30 to 36 is the typical range. Or from the SAT, it's ranging from 1380 to 1570. So as you can see, there is a high level of expectation on the test scores. And let me tell you how high level this can get. Since in 2015 and 2016, they changed the SAT from 2,400 back to 1,600. I've got this data point for you. Stanford had a lot of students that were applying with perfect scores on the SAT. Now what we would call it the 1,600, but at the time it was the 2,400. And let me tell you something. They projected 69% of students with a perfect score. Now, so many people are wondering, why would they do that? If you've got perfect scores, perfect GPA, why wouldn't they just automatically admit? Well, guys, think about it. If that was the case, their entire application pool of who they took in, 2,100, could have been students with 4.0s and perfect test scores. But guys, that's not all of what colleges are wanting. When you're looking at a school's acceptance rate, you must also understand they're looking for things like, do you have passion? Are you interested in what you do? Does it excite you? Is it something you're interested in studying? Is there anything more important than fit? Are you going to fit on Stanford's campus? Are you going to be involved on campus? Are you a student that they are looking for at the Stanford campus? And then the last thing is impact. Will you impact the community or not? See, so many times students think, okay, if I get a great GPA and a great test score, I'm totally fine. But the truth of the matter is, you've got to have passion for what you love to do, you've got to be a great fit for campus, and you've got to have impact. And sometimes if you have this, and these might not be as perfect, they can still admit you. So as you can see, the college acceptance rate is really dependent on so many things. It's dependent on the GPA, it's dependent on the test score, and it's also important to see how beautiful your application is from the essays and resume. That's why, I personally created College Shortcuts, the course. I created resume shortcuts so you can showcase exactly how you've shown your passion, and then essay shortcuts as well. These courses are all designed to help students have that perfect application so they know exactly what they need to do when they write those essays, when they're building that resume, what it should look like. And College Shortcuts is, why I created College Shortcuts is to make sure students not only achieve academic success, but ultimately they also get into the college of their dreams. So I hope you enjoy visiting my office. These are office hours here. Again, this is Neha Gupta. I help students achieve academic success and ultimately get into the college of their dreams. And I'm the founder of College Shortcuts and Elite Private Tutors, and of course the author of the 4-year plan. Get it? I'll put all the links below. Definitely subscribe to my channel. I'll be giving lots of tips away here at College Shortcuts, as well as our Facebook page, and subscribe to our newsletter because I give so much information and so many cool things that are happening in the education field. So glad to be here and talk to you about the Stanford acceptance rate, because my dream is to make sure that you get it. Holy moly! It's so hot in here, the fire trucks are coming. Oh my goodness. Okay. First video we're going to be doing is Stanford acceptance rate. Still too hot? Still too hot. Water bottle not open. Why do they make these so hard? Alright, take 25. So when I was talking about the importance of the fit, you have to be fit to get in. I mean, you don't have to be fit. Like, basically, so basically on the second point that I crossed out, man, it must be pretty hot in here because the fire trucks are still coming. Holy moly! Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So out of the 44,000 students that applied, 21,000 got accepted. Wait a second, isn't that almost 50%? Hold on. I'm so glad, yeah, I'm at 2,100. Sorry guys, my math is off today, obviously. 44,000, 2,100. Gotta love it. These are like Halloween colors. It's like all messed up. Holy moly. Oh well.